Steve Edenall with the ARC of Northern Virginia. In this 3-minute webinar, we'll explore the basics of supported decision-making thanks to a grant from Virginia Board for People with Disabilities. At its most basic, supported decision-making is simply the idea that people around you who you trust will help you make decisions. This is part of what everybody in our culture does, both when we formally rely on tax advisors to help us file our taxes or surgeons to tell us what we need in terms of medical support, as well as when we call friends and family into the room and ask their advice on what they think we should do. Supported decision-making can be formal, written down in a document, or informal, just a network of people you know you can call and trust and talk to. Anyone can use supported decision-making. In fact, we all are doing this already. Supported decision-making can and should be used for people with developmental disabilities who really have no support needs. This is what we all do. For folks who have a power of attorney and may need something a little bit more formal in place, or for individuals with guardians, because even if you have a guardian, people still have rights and preferences and concerns, and they should be the driver of what's going on in their life. Let's look at some of the most important reasons to use supported decision-making. One, really increased quality of life. People who have more control over their quality of life, called self-determination, tend to have much better lives. There's a dignity of risk. All of us tend to learn more from mistakes we made than things we do perfectly the first time. Supported decision-making can protect rights, whereas guardianship and some other forms of legal authority necessarily mean taking rights away from someone with a disability. Supported decision-making focuses on preserving as many of those rights as possible. Putting supported decision-making into place can be fast, just a quick call to people, and easy. It can be free or cheap. You can do it with or without a power of attorney or other kinds of legal support, but this is something that anyone can do at any time, and it offers some long-term stability as you're growing the ability of the person with a disability to use their network and growing the capacity of the team around them to support that person as they age. How do you put supported decision-making into place? I think the easiest way to get going is to read about it. We'll have some resources on that in just a second. Talk to the folks who you want to support you and make a plan. How are you going to communicate? How often? How do you want them to help you? It's really just setting up agreements so everyone's on the same page. And if you want a power of attorney or something more formal, put that in place. Evaluate over time. The ARC of Northern Virginia has a great online supported decision-making tool and library linked at the top here. And there's national centers on supported decision-making that have other great ideas. Don't forget to check out the other fantastic resources offered by the ARC of Northern Virginia to help people across the full lifespan, including ways to use other forms of legal authority.